My girlfriend texted me on Wednesday Day. I'm going to dinner with the guys. We'll do something tomorrow. That was the beginning of the end. The moment the little buzz in my head finally won the argument against my heart. I am a 30 years old guy. And for the last 3 years, I thought I was building a future with Alex. We met through mutual friends and things moved fast. She was stunning, charismatic, the kind of person who lights up a room, and I was completely gone for her. I am pretty stable financially. I run a small, successful e-commerce business that requires a lot of back end work, meaning I can mostly set my own hours. This context is important because it explains why I had the time to focus on making this relationship work and why I also had the means to do something truly extravagant for Valentine's Day. This year I decided to go all out. I would find a jeweler who custom made this incredible pendant. A small delicate silver compass rose with a tiny sapphire at the center, symbolizing us always finding our way back to each other. It cost me a little over four figures, a significant amount, but I was not worried about the money. I was worried about the gesture. I booked a table at a quite upscale Italian places, the kind of place where the waiters don't hover and you can actually talk. I even took the day off work, which for me is a big deal. February 4th rolls around and I am feeling optimistic. The pendant is tucked into my jacket pocket. The dinner reservations are confirmed for 7:30 p.m. and I will be got a bottle of her favorite Pinot Noir chilling. At 1:15 p.m., my phone buzzes. Alex, hey, so sorry to this last minute, but my work friend Sarah is going through a really tough breakup. The girls are dragging her out tonight to keep her mind off things. A proper urgent girls' night. My stomach sank, not because she was cancelling, but because of the tone. It was too casual, too easy, like she was ordering takeout. Alex, I told them I would be there. We will do something big and amazing tomorrow. Okay, you understand, right? I stared at the message for years, every single one of the last 3 days, and involved some version of this. A sudden work crisis, a sick relative, an urgent commitment that could not wait, but this year I felt different. Maybe it was the weight of the compass rose in my pocket, or maybe it was just that I was tired of being the placeholder. I felt a coolness wash over the initial disappointment. It was clarity. This was not about Sarah breakup. This was about us, or rather, her priorities. I replied instantly, maybe too quickly. Me, alright. No emoji, no had fun, just the single word. I put the phone down on the counter. The kitchen smelled like the restaurant I was planning to make before dinner. Suddenly I couldn't stand the smell. I spent the next 2 hours just sitting there, not moving. I called the restaurant and cancelled the reservation. The maitre sounded genuinely disappointed. I tossed the chilled bottle of wine back into the wine rack. The clink of glass on wood echoing through the silent apartment. Then I took out the jewelry box. The sapphire caught the overhead light. It was beautiful. I picked up my laptop and started doing some quick searching. I would be always been aware of the local women's shelter, Hope Haven. They do incredible work supporting women transitioning out of difficult situations. An idea, cold and precise, formed in my mind. At 5 p.m., I drove to the shelter. I would never been inside before. I walked up to the reception desk and asked to speak to that manager. A kind middle-aged woman named Susan came out. I told her I had a donation, not of money, but of something special. I opened the velvet box on the counter. It was meant to be, I said, the words feeling there in my mouth. I wanted to go to someone who needs a genuine fresh start. Someone who deserves a symbol of hope, more than a woman who is too busy to spend Brenda's day with person who bought it. I signed the donation papers, making sure they knew it was anonymous. But I did not let Susan flame a short, shaky clip for me, handing over the box. Just a clip of the handoff, the box, and the shoulder discreet logo on the wall. No face, no recognizable features, just my voice saying, I hope this brings someone a little bit of light. I got home around 6:30 p.m. The planned dinner time came and went. I uploaded the short 15-second video to burner account ID created months ago for testing social media engagement for my business. An account with nearly 10,000 followers built in random acts of kindness videos. I captioned it simply a big gift that found a better home. Hope Heaven does incredible work. Then I made myself a microwave meal, watched a movie alone, and tried not to look at my phone. When I finally did at 10:45 p.m., the video had over 50,000 views. By midnight, it had exploded. People were sharing, commenting, and pouring but out love and support. Vision a true gentleman, her loss, and most commonly wait. Why did he do not eat? I did not engage in the comments. I just watched the counter spin up. Update 1. The following morning, February 15th, I woke up to my phone buzzing non-stop. The video was at 3,000 views and people were starting coming to the doors. The comment section was now a wild west of speculation. The soldier had even posted a gracious thank you. Alex finally texted at 11:30 am. Alex's morning last night was actually sunny day. Sarah was a mess, but we got her laughing still on for today. Big plans. I was at the gym doing my usual Saturday morning routine. I put my phone on the bench and kept counting reps. I needed to get my head straight before I replied. I did not want to engage it. I needed to wait for her to see it. It was inevitable, given how viral it had gone in the local circles. At 12:45 p.m., I got a call. It was not a text, it was an actual call. She never calls me when I'm at the gym. I answered my voice calm. Hello, did you post something online? Her voice was shaky, not her usual confident self. I posted a short video of a donation. Yes, I do that sometimes for market research on social outreach. I keep the readers vague. I saw it. Dan sent it to me, the jewelry, the box, the timestamp. That was my gift, was not it. The calmness was gone, replaced by a sudden sharp anger. It was a gift I bought for someone, but since the plans were changed, I did not feel right to keep it in a drawer. I wanted it to go to someone who needed it more. I explained, leaning against a pillar, watching people leave. I was surprised at how level my own voice was. Are you serious right now? You publicly humiliated me. You made me look like a selfish psycho to all your flaws. People are asking me why you donated my gift. I did not use your name. I did not mention you at all. I simply recommended a donation. If people are asking you why I donated it, perhaps they have an idea of the answer. It's Valentine's Day. If someone prioritizes a group night out over a significant commitment, maybe the gift needs a reception who actually values that kind of effort. And I went silent for a few seconds. I could hear sharp intake of breath. You are so pretty, so incredibly pretty. I had a legitimate reason, Sarah. I understand. I cut in gently and I respect that. You made your choice for how you wanted to spend the 14th. I made mine for how I wanted to spend the money. I would set aside. Now I have to go. I need to finish my workout. We can talk later. I hung up. I knew this was going to be a disaster, but the wave of relief and self-respect that washed over me was a feeling I had not realized I was missing for years. I had taken back control of the narrative and more importantly my own pace. Update 2. The conversation predictably did not end with the phone call. Alex showed up at my apartment around 4 p.m. She did not call or text. She just used the spare key she still had. I was in the middle of trying to figure out if I wanted to order a pizza or actually cook when she burst through the door. Her face was flushed. Her hair was a mess and she was clutching her phone. Don't you dare walk away from me, she yelled, practically throwing her phone onto a sofa. The screen showed the viral video. You did this to hurt me. Admit it. You wanted to make me look bad in front of everyone. Alex, lower your voice, I said, walking to the kitchen and pouring myself a glass of water. I did it because I was hurt. I spent a huge amount of time, effort, and money on a specific day for a specific person to make a gesture. That gesture was dismissed for an urgent girls' night. When the event was cancelled, the sentiment behind the gift died. The jewelry deserved a reception whose life it could actually change, not someone who would toss it in a box until next year. She scoffed, a truly theatrical sound. It was $5,000. You just gave away $5,000 to a bunch of strangers because you could not handle me prioritizing my friends for one night. God, you are so insecure. It was one night. It was not about the money and me. It was not about the night. I said, putting my glasses down, it was about respect. It was about seeing a pattern for 3 years straight. And since you brought up the money, let's talk about that. You have the vacation found still sitting untouched. The 18,000 I covered for your car service when you forget your wallet never repaid. That's always saw a one-way street, Alex. The donation was not about getting back at you. It was about redirecting resources for a relationship that was clearly transactional for one person and deeply emotional for the other. This hit a nerve. She always hated it when I brought up the imbalance. You are twisting everything. You are making me sound like a user, am I? I leaned against the counter. Where were you last night? You said we were with the guys and Sarah. But then your friend who sent you the video told me he saw you at the Skyline bar around 9 p.m. He said you were with a guy who was not me. The color drained from her face. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. That was my confirmation, the silent, immediate responder I needed. I had not been sure when I didn't text me with the tip, but I knew my gut was right. The girls' night was a lie, and Sarah breakup was a convenient cover. We were going to dinner with someone else. I started flatly. That compass a bot. When I want one that was supposed as simple as us always finding our way back to each other, we were already navigating a way. She finally found her voice a choked, defensive whisper. It was just a friend, colleague. We are talking about a new project on Valentine's Day at a cocktail bar with a dress code. While I was waiting at home with a four-figure gift, I finished for her. I don't care who he is, Alex. What matters is a deceit. You lied to me about your plans, not for a group of friends in need, but for a one-no-one meeting with another man. So let me replace my initial actions. I did not donate your gift because you were too busy for me. I donated it because you were lying to me. The room was heavy with the silence of a relationship crumbling. She picked up her phone, her hands visibly shaking. I need my key back, I said, holding out my hand. Update 3. The immediately fell out was messy as expected. Alex refused to give me the spare key, yelling something about needing time to get her belongings. I did not pay it. I just changed the locks the next morning. Expensive, but all the peace of mind. The video meanwhile had turned into a local phenomenon. News outlets have picked up the story, focusing on the anonymous, generous donation to the shelter. My burner account got a message for a local TV station asking for an interview. I declined, registering that donation was for the shelter, not for me. I wanted to keep my business and my personal life out of the crosshairs. Alex, however, did not have the luxury. The initial comments from friends, seeing the video and reading the cryptic yet universally understood implication her loss started turning toxic. People who knew us both were now flooding her social media with blade comments. One particularly brave soul commented directly on one of her recent pictures. Did you enjoy the skeleton burn on the 14th? That was the catalyst. She sent me a barrage of furious texts. Alex told people about the bar. You are trying to ruin my reputation. You need to delete that video right now. Me. I have not told anyone anything. Alex, that's your own conscience speaking. I'm not responsible for what your actions made your friends or my friends think. And I won't delete the video. The notion is a moment of godness that happened to come from a moment in disappointment. I'm not talking that back. Alex, this is not over. We have no idea what you have done. You humiliated me in front of my family and friends. I'm going to make sure everyone knows what a cold, calculating monster you are. Me, be my guest. But when you start telling your version, you will have to explain why you lied about your B-Day plans and why you were seen with another man at a bar. Just a few hours after I canceled the dinner I would plan for months. I think my video, which is about charity, is a better look than whatever story you will try to spin. She did not reply to that. She must have realized that the truth, no matter how she tried to frame it, was on my side. She could call me calculating, but I was also the one who immediately channeled my anger into a substantial donation, not a petty argument. A week later, I got a registered letter from a lawyer. I opened it calmly. It was a vulnerable letter demanding the return of significant shared property and financial compensation of emotional distress and reputational damage caused by the viral video. I laughed out loud. I immediately called my own lawyer. A 15 minutes conversation was all it took. He drafted a simple response, a polite, professional letter stating that video contained defamatory content as it was a documented act of charity and no mention of Alex or her action was even made. As for shared property, my lawyer advised me to calculate every single cent I would spend on her gifts, meals, trips, and especially the $800 car service loan. The total came out to a number that would make her claim of shared property look utterly ridiculous. I had every receipt and bank statement. We sent the counter claim basically saying we don't owe you anything. You owe us. The letter included a copy of the donation receipt for the jewelry valued its full market price, which proved I was the sole purchaser and had legally disposed of the property. She never replied to counterclaim. The legal thread is dissolved into nothing but smoke. Final update. It's now 3 months later. The dust has settled and the silence is a blessed relief. Alex moved back to her parents' place in the suburbs. She lost a lot of social capital and her Instagram activity dropped to almost zero. Her friends, even her close ones, seem to have distanced themselves. Tired of her trying to sell the Sarah breakup was so bad a story. I heard through a mutual acquaintance that she was furious that the shelter actually tracked down the woman who received the pendant and featured her in a small, heartwarming article about finding new hope. The article never mentioned me, but it put a final beautiful spotlight on the donation itself. Alex could not stand that the story had a genuinely positive ending that completely excluded her. Me, I am doing great. The viral video actually gave my business an unexpected boost. People who followed my personal burner account started checking out my e-commerce brand, drawn to the integrity they saw in the video. The market, the integrity they saw in video, research paid off in the most unexpected way. I focus intensely on my work and my personal hobbies and dating casually, but with a different set of expectation now. I look for honesty, not just charisma. That next gift I buy for someone will be given because they will be earn my respect, not just my affection. The compass rose is gone, but I found my own true north. I still have the empty velvet box on my shelf. It's a reminder that sometimes the only way to truly reclaim your power is to take what was meant for something selfish and redirect it towards something meaningful. The heart is gone, replaced by the satisfaction of knowing I did the right thing. Even if the delivery was little dramatic, sometimes revenge is not about hurting someone back. It's about choosing to make yourself and the world around you better without them. It one. I actually got a thank you card from Susan at Hope's Heaven. She included a small blurred photo of the woman who received the pendant. She told me the woman was starting a new job that felt the necklace was a lucky charm. That one piece of paper was worth more than 1,000 dates with Alex.